Good day, everybody. Welcome to another show of Betweenplays. All right, let's do a small recap of Battery Day yesterday. I saw it as very positive towards nickel, but we'll get that very soon. Um, so on our previous show, we were saying that we mentioned Maxwell Technologies and the scientist Jeff Don, all right, and his importance. In creating battery technology at Tesla. We spoke about we spoke about a whole bunch of other things like the utility grid. We got into that just a little bit, which is called the product of it is called Auto Bidder. What else we speak about? Giga to Tera factories. And naturally to increase range in batteries. So basically, we all hit it. We spoke the importance of nickel and how cobalt was losing its place in everything. So that was what we were saying on our show and what happened yesterday. So just quick overview. Okay, naturally, no specs and all kind of stuff. So we're talking about Tesla in Shanghai, right? 15 months. It went from dirt to production. That is quick. That's crazy. And also, Tesla is the only company to own 100% ownership of like a factory in China. And they plan to produce over 1 million vehicles a year. That's huge. Basically, we're speaking about the solar roof, $1.49 per watt. Basically, in the last 4 quarters, they were profitable 4 in a row. That's great. 4 gigafactories, China, Europe, 2 in the USA. Talked about the importance of having factories on the ground, like where you are, like on that continent, because it just scales up everything. So that's very, very good. Basically spoke about industry performance. Okay, in the EV market, Tesla is just, whereas the rest of the market is, when you compare to Tesla, there's no comparison basically. All right, that's basically what we're saying. So vehicle delivery growth in 2019 over 15%, and the rest were in the negatives. So, but EV growth is the future. There are people that I know that are looking at EVs. They want to go electric vehicle, and we're not going to say names, but they just want an electric vehicle now. Okay, we've come to that point. He mentions, talks about the 2019 basically impact report. Tesla 2019 impact report. There's a basically stating that also that the world is moving faster towards renewables than we might think. This is absolutely, he definitely has the inside views on that. Talked about mining with renewable energy. So this is highly important. This is something that some companies out there have, right, in the nickel domain, like the one that could use hydro, like out of BC or something like that, or there's other, anyways. So he was talking about labeling in the 3D videos. It's pretty interesting stuff. Launched a mega pack. All right. Also spoke about wind solar, 76% of new electricity. All right. We're just talking about 25 years to convert the grid. Solar at Tesla is increasing. There's an importance there. Spoke about the last 5 years being the hottest on record and it looking like a wall. All right, you're just gonna hit a wall when you look at the graph, right through the roof. We all like that if we're going long, of course. Okay, on a stock, but maybe not when it comes to heat. He was also speaking about like gigafactories turning into terafactories, increasing range and of a battery, power output and stuff. Now we're looking at they need 16 times growth on the grid, and basically more affordable vehicles. And naturally, this is all going to be happening in the future. And what are we going on over here? Of course, naturally spoke about tabless batteries and how just the whole fact of the lithium being able just to travel freely instead of having like stop signs, right? Stop and go, stop and go. Then we spoke about basically going from wet process to dry process, which we had also mentioned in the previous video. Of course, from Maxwell Technology, the ultra capacitors, and of course, as Tess was saying, that they had to refine this, and there's anyway, yeah, that's basically it on that. And what else do we talk about? Because I'm trying to get to what I find is the most important thing that we need to know. Okay, yeah, that's it. So basically, when we get to nickel and cobalt, this is where I was probably trying to get to for this show. Elon Musk stated that he called up nickel CEO people, not one. He called the CEOs, okay? And he's basically probably, in that conversation, I'm assuming, saying, hey, produce, and we're buying. And that's basically what I got out of the show yesterday, the live stream. And even the other guys in charge of mining, I believe, at the very, very, very end, during the Q&A, but I believe it was actually the last one, he was saying how, gave incentive, for people, because the nickel is extremely important at this point, all right? So, and also getting it in a clean manner and ethically, if you listen at the shareholders meeting in the beginning, right, a woman was stating on how they need to move away from unethical practices and basically going into a green manner. And if you do the research on the Norilsk plant in Russia, rivers ran red. Wastewater will go above the basin if there's a really big rainstorm. I don't know if they've fixed that now, but the Russian government went and said, hey, this is not good. What's going on over here is like really serious to the environment, and it needs to be changed. Other countries were talking about, the clouds of, just toxic clouds going across. This is very serious. We're talking about in like the Indian Ocean, like waste just going in there and like destroying marine life. Unacceptable if we're moving to save the planet. Well, we can't have this. The Norilsk plant was like a top 10 producers of like pollution. Look, you can't have 15 plants like that, all up and running at the same time. It makes no sense. So nickel is extremely important, and getting it in an ethical and clean way is important. And that's what I got out of it yesterday, and that is exactly what's been going on. And this is exactly what Elon Musk said in June, July. This is what he said to all the nickel producers out there. Look, Tesla will give you a long-term contract if we can get nickel producers to do this in a clean and ethical way. So, all that being said, for myself and Betweenplays here, cobalt is out. CATL Cattle isn't using it anymore in their batteries from research. All right. If I'm wrong, someone please put it in the comments if I'm wrong. But from what my research has stated, that already cattle does not use cobalt anymore. And Tesla will no longer be using cobalt. So, not good for the cobalt industry. But nickel is highly important given its properties. All right. So, guys. Oh, and I will post a link down in the description that you're gonna want to read. It's very, very, very. It's from mining.com, So something about deals being made with a certain company. Look, just go take a look, but it mentions gigametals in this article, which just came out. I believe it was yesterday, and I got it in the evening. So naturally, the show is out today. Do your research, invest wisely, but Elon Musk has said it. Nickel's the new gold. Mike Beck, when he went and picked up Gigametals 2017, he was like, this is the future. Even Cobalt 27, the name is going to be changed for a nickel name. So, I mean, do the research on that. You'll see, because the CEO at that time, when this was announced, basically said that nickel is where we need to go. All right. So, for me, listen, whatever happens today on the stock market, for me, it makes no difference. I'm in long. If you look at the revenue that's generated out of the Norilsk mine, it's just insane. It's in the billions of dollars. I think it was $13.4 billion. But this is all by memory, because I'm just trying to get this video out to you guys. So go research the numbers if you want. I mean, actually, you should go and research everything. But if that one plant is doing this much money, and, you know, people are talking about, oh, well, you know, the mine's up in the mountains, all this elevation stuff, and blah, 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 blah. Do you know where the Norilsk plant is? The history of that? They did this in the early 1900s. All right, they had it basically going in the 1930s. 1940s, it was helping produce for their tanks and stuff like that, the nickel. Like, we're talking about high elevation mountains, old technology, people that don't have, like, you know, Canada Goose jackets up in the Arctic Circle. Listen, the time probably wasn't right at that moment. But it seems like the time is right now. Or else, I don't see why Elon Musk would have called all the CEOs. That's it. So guys, from Betweenplays, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And stay strong, all right? Do your research. Invest wisely. All right, guys.